season. I'm the host of Locked On Twins, Nash Walker. With me for the first time, and definitely not the last time, Access Twins, Brandon Warren. You know him, the chief of Twins Twitter, we call him. Brandon, opening day, how exciting was that?
Yeah, I caught every bit of it, piece by piece, between driving to Mall of America, listening to it, and now sitting here at Wahlburgers. This is not trying to do any free promotional considerations, but we're having a lot of fun here, and got to catch the end of it. I thought for a second there that Scary Gary Sanchez got enough of that, and I didn't have audio on, but I bet Dick Kramer thought so too.
He definitely did. Twins
Yep.
lose 2-1 in the opener to Seattle. Joe Ryan started for the Twins, gave up a 2-run homer in the top of the first inning to Mitch Haniger. That was it for Seattle. Gio Urshela homered, final 2-1. So just not a lot of offense today. What'd you think of Robbie Ray, Brandon?
We kind of got the full Robbie Ray experience that we got accustomed to pre-Toronto, which was, when he got into trouble, it was command and giving up a homer. But, you get the grunt, you get the fastball and the really nasty slider, the tight pants. Like I said, the total Robbie Ray experience for a first start with Seattle, they got to be really happy with that investment, because this Twins lineup, I mean, 1, 2, 3 is going to be especially good, but I think they're going to be deep against left-handed pitchers. And Robbie Ray went out and did exactly what he had to do, and he navigated some stretches there where the Twins threatened, and I think both teams had situations with runners on that they kind of had struggles. And so I think that it was just early season. It was cold out and all that, and Robbie Ray did a great job.
Yeah, we don't want to overreact too much to 1 out of 162. Twins did pitch pretty well today, and you mentioned stranded a lot of runners. Seattle stranded a lot of runners. Ray stranded a lot of runners. Twins had some opportunities, some double plays. Buxton struck out twice, was 0 for 4, had some chances at the top of the lineup. What'd you think of Yohan Duran? And we're talking about some positives in this game. He's kind of making his rounds on Twitter. Like Mina Kimes is tweeting about Yohan Duran. We got a lot of people taking notice of him.
Yeah, what a debut. And it was kind of like he got two guys on, and it was right where he wanted them. Comes up with 3 straight strikeouts, and with velocity that we've pretty much never seen from a Twins pitcher, outside of a few select names that didn't hang on for very long. So that's a very exciting era of Twins relievers, with him being followed up by Alcala. A lot of people are going to miss Taylor Rogers, but I think they're going to have enough flamethrowers like Duran who can come in and do what he did today. And if that's the case, you're certainly going to miss Rogers a lot less.
Yeah, and we mentioned Twins pitched pretty well. They go Ryan, Duran, Alcala, Coulomb pitched well there at the end, gave them a chance to win. Is there anything to pull here, Brandon, on the offensive side? I know the Twins struggle, but is there anything to pull? I know it's Robbie Ray, he won the Cy Young last year. Are we just moving on, or is there any concern about the lineup even a little bit?
It's really hard to say, because you come on a spring and it's already not sure where you're going to be. Then it's a shortened spring and it's cold outside, and I mean, you can make a million excuses or you can call them a million reasons. It's really hard to nail down after one day which is which. I'm personally not too worried about it. Now, if they come out flat against Logan Gilbert tomorrow, that's probably a different story. And, Chris Flexen, Marco Gonzalez, that's different. That's not Robbie Ray. That's not a guy who mixes and matches at 92 with a really nice slider. So I'll be watching the rest of the series. I'll give them a pass for today. But if they don't put better swings on Gilbert tomorrow, that's when you're like, yeah, it's going to be an adjustment phase. They're going to have to push some buttons to see, where guys are going to hit and that sort of thing. But I still believe that this is going to be a really good, really strong offense in due time, whether it starts tomorrow against Logan Gilbert, or whether it takes a little while to get everything fired up.
We're going to break down this game a little bit more. First, I want to tell you about Built Bar. Built Bar, a delicious protein bar. Not only delicious, but super healthy. Built Bars are great for everybody. And type 1 diabetic like me, huge. Built Bar, low carb, low calorie. Go after Built Bar. Built.com. Use promo code LOCKED15. You'll get 15% off your order. Built.com. Something that concerned us last year, obviously, early on with the Twins. And they were 5-2. And Brandon, you came on Locked On Twins, and we talked about how the Twins are the best team in the American League after starting 5-2. And so it just shows you, like, they lost on opening day. They started 5-2. It doesn't mean a whole lot. They did struggle last year, though, matching things up. And they give up 2 runs today, and they still lose. And you don't want to see them scoring 8 runs and losing, giving up 1 or 2 runs and losing that's something I think we need to monitor because all of these wins are going to matter early on, I think.
Yeah, it's going to come down to if they can get this consistent of relief pitching, especially early on with guys like Joe Ryan going 4 innings. I mean, they might lean on a guy like Sonny Gray a little bit more, but as long as the bullpen can clamp things down, you give the offense time to get going, and it's going to give them a chance. So I know the question is going to be, how will they stem the tide though without Rodgers and everybody kind of having to move up another role? But again, I think the encouraging thing today was pitching was where the Twins struggled last year, and they looked pretty good today. Again, they navigated some danger just like
Yep.
the Mariners did. I'm encouraged by the pitching, and the offense is I'm going to take a wait and see approach because I don't know. I guess that's all I can really do.
Let's talk about Joe Ryan a little bit. Got out of the jams. Command wasn't there. I don't know if he ever really found it. He made some pitches, but we haven't seen that out of him. Maybe save for one start, that Detroit start last year late in the season. But usually just pinpoint. He did make some pitches, but how would you grade out Ryan's performance today, Brandon, if you had to give him a grade?
Yeah, I mean, probably like a B because it's hard to, even Garrett Cole, I think, only threw 4 innings today. So
Yep.
to expect a guy to go out and give you 5 or 6 right now with everything being truncated the way it is. But I think it shows a lot of moxie that he, it's something we saw with Jose Barrios as he developed too, is how do you navigate choppy waters? If something goes sideways on you, can you hold a team to 2 runs over 4, 5, 6 innings, especially if you give it up early? And that's what he did, and he didn't have his best stuff. He didn't have his best command, and maybe just as a matter of it being that cold out. You don't have a great feel for your fastball, and that's his bread and butter. I think the thing to take away from it is that he didn't let the game get away from him, and it'd be very easy to. This Mariners offense was not very good last year, but I think they've got the pieces to be a top 5 group in the AL this year, and he held them down pretty good, save for that Mitch Haniger home run.
Yeah, Adam Frazier, Ty France, Jesse Winker, Mitch Haniger, Eugenio Suarez, we know the power. Jared Kelenic, top prospect. Julio Rodriguez, top prospect. They got some dudes. J.P. Crawford is solid. The only easy out it seemed in the lineup was Raleigh, their catcher, and he still got on 3 times. He walked twice and singled. But Twins held them to 2 runs on the day, which is definitely a plus for the pitching. If you are convinced the Twins are going to win tomorrow, Brandon and I are going to preview tomorrow's game before we head off. Go over to BetOnline. BetOnline, a new interface, mobile website, desktop, wherever you want to go play. Major League Baseball back in full swing. NBA playoffs, NHL playoffs. We're coming up. March Madness may be over, but it's a great time to play. This is one of the best times of the year. So head over to BetOnline. Tell them Locked On sent you. Brandon, Logan Gilbert, you mentioned tomorrow. Big time stuff. Didn't quite put it together last year, but there have been reports. I think there's been some sprinklings that he has done so this spring. He's a breakout candidate for the M, so it's not going to be easy for the Twins. But Sonny Gray going to toe the rubber for the first time in the regular season for them. You got to feel decently confident in this matchup if you're the Twins.
Yeah, as is the case with any big-time prospect pitcher, you always have that initial, you go around the league once, sometimes you have success, sometimes you don't, and then the second time and third time you go around is when you make those adjustments. And so what part of that process he's in is unclear to me. But again, you can't sleep on the stuff. The stuff is there. The stuff is that good. It's just a matter of harnessing it, sequencing it, and all that. You got to like the Twins' chances, too, against a righty, because I think that allows them to line up their batting order the way they really prefer to. Max Kepler batting 9th is probably not ideal, but when you're facing a lefty, that's what's going to happen. So I think I like their chances tomorrow, and I'm eager to see what Sonny Gray looks like. Possibly a little bit of an abbreviated stretch for him in spring. Didn't get out there on the mound quite as early as maybe we would have hoped, but this is a guy who's going to be the de facto number 1. I know Ryan started today, but this is your bulldog. This is your stopper. This is your quote unquote ace. He's got to get you, 5, 6 innings tomorrow, hopefully, and assuming the pitch count allows, and turn things around a little bit.
Mentioned Duran looked electric today, multi-inning stint. Assume he's down tomorrow. Coolum probably down tomorrow. So Pagan, Winder, Thielbar, Duffy, Smith, Romero, Cotton, they'll have guys ready to go. Alcala, questionable if he'll be good to go tomorrow. But certainly if Sonny goes 4 or 5, Twins will have backup there. Brandon, thank you so much. This is the first of many. So if you're watching, subscribe on YouTube. Check us out. Brandon's streaming on Access Twins. Super cool. They're going to be 8 to 12 minutes after every Twins game. We can't wait for this. Brandon, enjoy Mall of America. Twins are 0-1, but I think we both feel relatively confident that they'll have a good chance to win tomorrow's game. Super
Yeah.
fun that we got to kick this off.
Yeah, I didn't get away from them today, and I think you have to be encouraged by that because they let way too many games get away from them last year in ways that a team that good and that well built there was no business for. So this is encouraging even as far as the loss goes.
1 out of 162. Thanks so much for watching. Brandon and I will be back tomorrow. Brandon, thank you. Enjoy the family, my friend.